There's two defenses everyone's talking about, and it's not the Seahawks. We're talking about them in a minute. It is the Vikings or the Jags. Who you got? Better defense.
Oh, this is great.
This is good.
Last night, my wife Brooke says to me, she goes, tomorrow night, do you want to get a sitter and go out for Mexican and margaritas? Or do you want to stay home and just order Thai food and watch Netflix? And I'm like, yes. I mean, that's Vikings, Jaguars defense. Like, I'm not losing. I'll just take them both.
Brooke,
we got plans.
I love
Day,
it.
baby. But if I'm forced to take a pick, I'm going to go with the Vikings. They're both fantastic. I love both of them. But I will say this. As much as we love the Jags' personality, we talk about that a lot. We love the Jags' personality. It's a little bit of a discipline thing that Minnesota brings to the table Jacksonville doesn't have yet. There were a couple instances last year that weren't great for Jacksonville on the field. In the playoffs, Telvin Smith intercepts it, runs back, points to Le'Veon, gets flagged for taunting, field position. Pittsburgh immediately scores on the ensuing kickoff. So there's a little bit of that they got to button up. And I will also say this. If you're trying to look outside the box of which defense you want more, Jacksonville has more pressure put on their defense by their own quarterback, Blake Bortles. When their offense doesn't play that great, the defense does play better. So I love these. This is Thai food versus margaritas, but in this case, I will take the purple Thai food.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with them.
Get in there.
I'm going to say the Vikings because they were the #1 defense last year, and they got better. They added the guy who has potential to be a superstar in this league, in Sheldon Richardson. Maybe a new environment will help him. We know what his ceiling is, and hopefully he can blow it out the water. Then they add Mike Hughes. So now they have a nickel corner to add to Trey Waynes, to add to Xavier Rhodes. That is 3 first-round corners out there with the secondary. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to score points defensively, and they're not going to let offenses score on them. Best defense by far.
Mike Hughes. That's called being sand to the beach.
That's exactly what it is.
That's great.
That's exactly what it is. You know, and this is evenly matched, and it's tough. And I like to spread a little versatility in the show. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars, but I got to shout out Hammer. I'm like, so give me the notes on these teams and let me know how close this really is. The Jaguars points allowed 17.7. The Vikings 17.4. The Jaguars yards allowed per game 300. The Vikings 10 less, 290. Okay. So they edge it out right there. But here's the thing that tips the scale for me. Even though I praised Case Keenum and I praised that offense last year, I do realize that the defense was the constant for that team with the Minnesota Vikings. But what tips the scale for me in the favor of the Jaguars, it's not that they went and drafted Taven Bryan in the first round at D-tackle. It's not that they went and drafted in the third round Ronnie Harrison at safety. It's the fact that they had 8 defensive touchdowns last year. 8 defensive touchdowns. The Vikings, as good as they are, as fast as they are, they only had 1, which is surprising when you think about it. Of course, they had PBUs and they got their hands on balls, tip balls, but when it comes to getting the ball and putting it in the end zone, the Jaguars were phenomenal at that last year. Telvin Smith had 3, including the playoffs. So I'm going to give them the edge because of that. Because as an offensive player, I love defenses that not only can create turnovers, but all of a sudden you're like, turnovers! And they're like, oh, snaps, touchdown. All right. I'm going to go ahead and chill out for a second. Let me catch my breath. So you get a little bit more time to relax on the sideline. So I'm going with the Jaguars.
Fantasy-wise, they're neck and neck at the top. You would love defense? Either one, Netflix and Thai food, or going out for margaritas. I'll give you a sneaky defense to keep an eye on. The defense I will have on all my fantasy teams, the Titans. Because you add Harold Landry, he could have 8 to 10 sacks, I think.
What an honor.
Season. Yeah, exactly. Honor Landry.
Officially, it's his name.
You add Rashaan Evans, Malcolm Butler, and Logan Ryan, 2 former Patriots. And we know Vrabel is a defensive-minded coach. So their defense is going to come to play, and nobody's really talking about it.
Kevin Byard, it's like they got guys over there.
What's crazy, Nate, is we're talking about the best defense in the league. We mentioned the Vikings. Are they better than the Jags? Then we talk about the Titans. Where are the Seahawks in this conversation?